What's going on, people? How you guys doing, boys and girls? I hope everything is okay. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and press a like on this video so that other Arsenal fans are going to get access to it. Listen, guys, the Ben White deal looks like it's going to go through. The James Maddison offer didn't go through. Maybe they're focusing on this while the Euros and everything's going on, so maybe that's what's slowing everything down. But the Ben White deal, Arsenal had an offer of 40 million rejected last week, and they've come back to the player. And the player obviously wants to join Arsenal. You know, he wants to be a part of whatever Mikel Arteta is doing. And he's very interested in getting this deal done. Brighton is, and so are Arsenal. So we have all three parties now singing in unison. And it looks like that the latest offer could be 45 million with 5 million add-ons. I know Brighton would preferably have a 50 million deal completely done, but it looks like this is something that can work with both parties, and the offer would be paid over the years as well. So it ain't going to be really a big issue, you know, in terms of Arsenal do not have the 50 million to slap down all in one go. I think it works best for all parties if this deal finally gets through. And he's a competent player as well. Discussions in the fan base on all the forums are talking about, is he a right back, is he a centre back, is he a defensive midfielder? Unfortunately, we really don't know. Well, obviously he's a centre back first, but I'm sure Mikel Arteta is going to have a look at him in various positions. The centre back is where they're looking at, and it's just because of his ability to play the ball out of the backfield and to be able to dribble with the ball out of the backfield as something that David Luiz was renowned for. It's something Arsenal needs on the pitch. They need that level of ability to bring the ball out, spot a pass for 40, 50 yards, and someone who can hit it in stride. And he's someone who can do that, and we've seen him do it plenty of times. He's not the most skillful person that I would think that will come out of the ball with the backfield, but he does have that ability to do so. I think sometimes in terms of his duels and his tackling, I think that's what really favours him. He doesn't really lose the ball too much. As I said, he has a really high efficiency rate of 72% bringing the ball out of the backfield. He's one of the most accurate, in fact, in the Premier League at doing so. So the numbers speak for themselves. And while Arsenal fans might be thinking, why the defence? Why the defence? That's not where our problems are. Our problems are in the midfield. Well, defence, being a good defensive team starts from the back. Being able to play possessional football, bringing the ball out from the backfield, means that you need competent players to do so. And when you think back to the fact that we have come from the Socrates and Mustafi days, both guys who can't play a lick out of the backfield, we've really changed a lot in terms of where we are with Gabriel and where we are with Ben White. We've completely changed and done a 180 in regards to having that ability to challenge, go into our duels with high percentages and win them, and play the ball out of the backfield to have that possessional type of football. And that's where the improvements are. And look, big shout out to Kez, because Kez was the guy who was saying to Arsenal fans on our forum, look guys, you might not agree with it, but when you are a team that is excelling in one phase, which Arsenal are defensively, if you stand still, you're going backwards. Yeah, that's the tag. The tag is, if you stand still, you're going backwards. And this is where we are with strikers as well. Forget that you have a striker who gets 20 goals a season. If you don't strengthen in those areas and other teams strengthen in those areas, then it means that you're going backwards. So I get it. I understand why the team's done. And the third most important aspect is, it's Arteta's team. It's Arteta's choice, and it's the players that he wants to put in there. For me, guys, as long as this Arteta doesn't have his team, the team that he projects will go out there and get a result for him, then it's very difficult for me to judge any performance for this team, because quite frankly, our players haven't been good enough, and I've been saying that for years. And we need to jettison them out, and we need to bring competent players in who can fulfill his philosophies. So if we stick by the old regime and the old players and then continue to get bad results, then you're never going to really understand what Arteta's trying to bring to this team. So I think for that reason, you have to do as much as you can in order to bring in new players that Arteta really needs. And I'll stand by that all day long, yeah? So let's just go with the process and see where we are. It also looks like Lokonga deal is going to happen at some point. Both parties now look like they're talking, Arsenal now speaking to the agents, looking to get personal terms done. And while that's happening, the Anderlecht are going to be contacted with a second offer, probably around 16, 17 million. The first offer of 13 million was rejected. So that looks good as well. And the player has made it known that he wants to come to Arsenal. So listen, fair play to that. Sad to see Mavropanos go, and I say sad because he started 2 games as centre-back with Callum Chambers in the Wenger era and looked really good. And I liked him. Yeah, we had 2 clean sheets in those 2 games that those guys started after having a horrid time with Koscielny and Mustafi at the back. They were bench and Wenger put in Chambers and Mavropanos, and we just looked much better. And as I said, the clean sheet spoke for itself. So I was always interested in the player from that regard. But again, new manager comes in. I didn't buy you. You're not a part of my plans. And that's the reason why he's gone. So it looks like it's a 5-year deal with Stuttgart. First year as a loan, and then they'll purchase the player accordingly. A lot of people are saying it's a nothing deal, but it's someone off the books. It's a player that Arsenal don't have to worry about anymore, and that is freed from his contract. So now they can move on and do other things. And guys, I've talked about William Saliba not being a part of these plans, while other fans have said he's going to start next year. He'll be a star for Arsenal. And it definitely looks like that they're going to be having discussions with Saliba when he comes in, because he's going to want to know where he stands. With Ben White coming in now, he's just falling further and further behind the pecking order. And remember when I said, you know, is he ahead of Mari? Is he ahead of Rob Holding? Is he ahead of Gabriel? Is he ahead of Callum Chambers? And now is he ahead of Ben White? So he's players coming in thinking, now I'm supposed to be coming in summer, proving my worth, and now you're going to be telling me I'm going to be pushed further back on the pecking order. So look, all it's doing is projecting my worst fears, that this guy doesn't have a future at the club. And I've been saying that for over a year now. So at the moment, it's up to him now whether he comes in and then he says, okay, let me do your preseason, let see what you like, if I can make the team. Or they're going to be putting him out on loan again, which is a really bad idea. And the third option is just to sell him, say, look, go on, you're free to find a team, and then we'll... Guys, remember, Arteta and Edu didn't bring him in. He's Raul Sanelli's guy and Unai Emery's guy. He's not a player that this coaching staff or management wanted. So it's easy to understand why. It's not difficult. A lot of Arsenal fans are scratching their heads. It's not difficult to understand why this is happening, and we've seen it happen many times before. So it's not difficult to wrap your head around. And then we have, as I said, that England versus Germany on Saturday. Going to be a very interesting game. I'm not sure England can get past Germany. Germany look fantastic at the moment. Goals just flooding in. England barely able to score goals. 2 goals in 3 games, and don't look anywhere near really sort of being that competitive. But I guess we'll have to see, and it really comes down to the team sheet as well. Guys, like and subscribe to the video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace right back at you. I'm out of here.